This Shabbos, we're going to read Parshas Ve'eschanan, which always comes after the holiday of Tisha B'Av. So as we know, Tisha B'Av is a day when we remember as a nation what we lost. We lost the temples in Jerusalem. We lost a relationship with God where we believed in God and God was with us. It started with the scouts, with the spies that Moses sends into the land of Israel when the Jewish people, having come out of Egypt, having got the Torah at Mount Sinai, they're now ready to go in. They send the scouts who come back with a report that creates fear and anxiety in the people. They don't want to go in. They think that there are giants and that they won't be able to conquer the land. And that fear and that crying that the Jewish people expressed at that time locked in for history, for us throughout all the generations, for that day, the 9th day of Av, to be a day of national calamities, which included the destruction of the first and second temples. So perhaps one way to think about the loss of the temples is a loss of a relationship with God, where the whole world knew that God was in our midst. There was a service, there was a temple, there were offerings being brought regularly. There was a God consciousness that pervaded the whole world, and we lost that. And that's what we're mourning. We're mourning a relationship with God. So now in Parshas Ve'eschanan, when this next generation is about to go into the land, Moses is giving his last will and testimony, and he's telling them what they need to know to go in. What do you need to know when you go into a land that's not going to be like the land in the desert, where God's providing everything, where you get food from heaven and you get water from a rock and you get protective clouds and you have God in your midst with the tabernacle? It's not going to be like that. It's going to be different. You have to plant your crops and you have to pray for rain and you have to do all the things that you have to do that you didn't do in the desert. What is it you need to know? And in this week's Torah portion, God teaches the Jewish people the Shema prayer. Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad. God is one. Listen, you need to know God is oneness. There's only God. There's nothing but God. You need to know that. Esther Wien, a teacher of mine, suggests the way to think about that. A baby in utero only knows its uterine environment. It has all it needs. It has food and it has water and it has cushioning and it has protection and it has the right temperature. Everything provided by a mother that the baby has no concept of. There's no knowledge of the mother, who is the source for everything that baby needs to grow and develop and become full grown. Comes from the mother. And the baby is completely dependent on the mother, and the mother is not dependent on the baby. So too, we are like that baby in utero. We are in the oneness of God, and we get everything from God. Everything is a gift. And our job is to manifest God into the world, for us to be a light unto the nation. So that it'll be like it's described in Shir HaShirim, where it's like light coming up at the dawn of day, where there's a little bit of light and a little bit of light. And then finally the sun comes up over the horizon and the whole world is flooded with light. So too, we're going to do our bit to bring light into the world so that at the end of days, when God brings that, may it be soon, the whole world will be flooded with God consciousness and we'll all know God, and there'll be no more wars, there'll be no more death, and there'll only be peace on earth for all eternity.